But having to breed these guys, there are a couple of things for you guys to know. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to breed cherry shrimps. You know, as you can see, I have a large colony. In this tank, I have about 70 cherry shrimps. In this case, Bloody Mary, but it's about the same. They're all both red, both neocaridinous too. But there's a lot of buried shrimps in this tank. Like that girl right there, that female is buried. As you can see the bottom, her belly is very rounded. Right there. Let's see if I can actually catch it. But in this tank, I started with around 50. Yeah, as you can see right there, this female definitely has eggs under her belly. But it's very red, a lovely coloration, super beautiful. But having to breed these guys, there are a couple of things for you guys to know. It really isn't about, you know, anything else but keeping a nice water parameter, nice, you know, a tank for these guys to proliferate in. And in this case, you're gonna want certain things done right if you guys want a tank like this proliferating with life. So first off, we're gonna have definitely a cycled water. Cycled water is absolutely important, and you're gonna get around like 15 to 20 cherry shrimps to start off a colony that's about this size, and it takes about a month. So it's not too long, I guess. It takes about a month to have about 50 cherry shrimp size colony. And once you guys have these guys, definitely acclimating and stuff like that. But if you have 15 or 20 cherry shrimps to start with, you're definitely gonna have a male and female in there. But identifying the male and female is rather easy. In this case, let me show you guys. Let's pretend that this cherry shrimp, never mind. They're not focusing. Maybe I'll do it in another video. But males look like that. You see this one? These guys, they have flat belly, right? Flat. It's not rounded or anything like that. Pretending these guys are adults, these guys definitely are the male. Male shrimps do not have rounded belly. Unlike this one is a little bit more rounded than the previous one, right? But the females, where's the other female? Right there. The females definitely have more rounded belly because it has to hide. Like that in an angle, you'll see how round it is. But that one would be a female. Let's see if it has any eggs. It's too dark. But this is a female, most likely a female Bloody Mary, probably buried. And something like this would be male. But you really don't have to worry about identifying the male from female as long as you get around 15 to 20 of these guys at once and put them in the tank, perfectly cycled. You don't need a lot of requirements, but try not to have any other fishes in your tank if you want a safe and faster way to grow your colony. So as long as you have that, you're gonna start to see any females with, you know, eggs underneath her belly, and you don't have to separate these guys. These guys are not like violent or aggressive creatures. They'll get along. As you can see in this tank, they're all in the same place feeding on the same thing, and they really don't mind each other being, you know, right next to each other. So that's perfectly fine. And actually this case is really nice because these guys can meet here and then maybe, you know, make out and whatnot, and that's where the baby comes from, you know, in this meeting spots. So one of the safer ways and one of the better ways and faster ways to breed these guys is have one spot to drop your food in. In this case, it's this little ceramic piece that I did that looks like a bowl. It's not actually a bowl. It's more like a wall piece, but I'm using it as a bowl because it's so pretty. But in this case, this is where everybody gathers to eat their lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then this is where they, you know, meet each other and then start dancing and fancing and get their business going on with their babies. But have a place for them to gather to, you know, do something, and in a couple of days you'll see females getting buried out, which is great. And so yeah, as long as you have a good condition, and having a sponge filter is really important this time. Definitely have a sponge filter for these guys, And snails, couple of snails don't hurt. And decoration wise, you're gonna want to have some hiding spots for the babies. If it really doesn't hurt to have hiding spots, honestly, it really helps actually, because these guys have more places to munch in their food. Like in this case, there's a couple on the wall munching on algae. They love algae. Definitely have some algae in your tank, and some guppy grass and a couple of snails that help get rid of too much algae if it grows too much. But yeah, and a couple of rocks and hiding spaces. That's way too big for these guys. But definitely have a darker gravel for these guys, because the darker it is, the better it is for these guys. Definitely better. So definitely have a darker gravel and a place where they can meet each other and, you know, introduce to one another and get to know each other and have babies. But as long as you don't have a predator in your tank and have a safe environment for these guys, you guys will see them grow and populate like nothing, really. You'll really grow your colony within weeks. And in terms of food, I guess, I feed them regular shrimp food. But I guess I can do a detailed video. It's a pellet that sinks to the bottom. I forgot the name, but I'll do another video on what I feed these guys, that these guys proliferate so much. But yeah, so food wise, I feed them variety of food. I used to, but now I just feed them one kind, which is just shrimp pellets. And yeah, they just love it. And if I don't feed them, they feed on algae and other waste that the snail left behind. But you really don't have to worry too much about feeding them, because feeding, as long as you feed them regularly, about once or twice a day, is perfectly fine. I think I feed them 3 times a day, about, you know, a bunch 3 times a day, with breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they do perfectly great. So yeah, that's about it. It's actually very simple. You don't have to worry too much. Just get about 15 to 20 shrimps first, because so you're gonna have to invest before you get around 100 shrimps. You don't want to start with a 10 shrimps. That's way too risky and waste of time, and it really does take a while. So definitely start with anywhere from 15 to 20 shrimps, and then you'll see them growing to 70 to 100 within weeks. Water change honestly doesn't exactly matter much, as long as you have good parameter. But having a pH of at around 6.9 to 7.7 really doesn't matter. But I think mine is about 7.5, you know, just a regular pH. And the temperature is around 72 degrees, varying from 70 to 72 degrees. Definitely don't need a heater in this tank. You know, it's tropical weather here in California, so not necessary. And sponge filter, some, you know, decoration and nice gravel will do the trick. Okay, if you guys want me to do any detailed videos, more detailed than this, definitely let me know in the comment section and I'll be happy to do another one. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching, and if this helped, leave a like, and any comments, leave it in the comment section, and definitely subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.